Hello, coolers, and welcome back to Viva Barça, the home of everything Barça, where we are going to be discussing on some recent updates. We start with Frenkie de Jong, who recently had an exclusive interview with Netherlands media NOS Netherlands, where he spoke about many important things. Spoke about former boss Ronald Koeman, spoke about his Barca dream, Ajax vs Tottenham, also spoke about Real Madrid. We are going to be discussing much on what he had to say in that recent interview. Then secondly, we are going to be talking about this report from Spanish outlet Fichajes claiming that Xavi has requested 10 players for Barcelona in the summer transfer window. We are going to be discussing much on that as well. So guys, as we get right into it, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, give this video a like and make sure to watch this video right up to the very end. Barça! 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 When the €75 million transfer went through in January 2019, Frenkie de Jong was touted as the next big thing in Barca's midfield. He was thought to take over the void left by Xavi and Andres Iniesta and eventually replace Sergio Busquets. Into his third season wearing the garnet and blue shirt now, the Dutchman has hit the most turbulent time of his career. He was among the best midfielders in Spain last season but has fallen off the pedestal since, with Pedri, Xavi and Nico Gonzalez taking prominence. As he so often loved, De Jong gave an interview with NOS Netherlands speaking about his Barcelona dream, his starting spot, his teammates, among other things. On being benched vs Athletic Club, he said, "That does not mean I have failed. In 3 years, I have hardly ever been on the bench. Of course, you sit on the bench a few times a season. There are so many games." Then on being called a veteran by Spanish newspapers, he said, "That's not necessarily a bad thing, huh? Veterans also have a routine, but seriously I like football, so I read those news too. I noticed that a lot of people are talking to each other. I sometimes have the feeling that they don't really watch matches, or they do watch it and then take over an opinion from the commentator or analyst. If everyone imitates each other, there is an atmosphere that things are going very badly." Then talking about his form, De Jong said, "I don't often fall through a bad period, but I have not touched my top form very often this season either. If you just play average, it can be just fine, but for people, it is often a bad time right away." Then on his bench role and position, he said, "I am at my best when I get the ball a lot, especially during the first build-up phase, but also just after that. There have been periods when I had to wait longer, when I was the only one who got the ball in the final phase. Then there were times when I did not get the ball at all. This is not where my strength lies." Then on if he misses Ajax and his role there, he said, "Of course, I had a great time at Ajax, really great. I miss it in the sense of it was a lovely time there, but it's not that I would like to go back to Ajax, definitely not." Then on Barcelona's greatness, he said, "I was surprised, but I still hold Barcelona in the same regard. It is not the best right now, but it is still the most beautiful club in the world." Then on his smile, he said, "Is the smile still there? I have always wanted to play for Barcelona. It came true. Now it's just about making sure that this dream will become as beautiful as possible." Then talking about his time at Barca so far, he said, It's the same club, but many things have changed. I think I had 4 managers since my arrival, maybe 3 or 5. A new president came in, many players left, so yes, many things have changed." Then talking about which game he would like to repeat, he said, "Ajax vs Tottenham Hotspur, Champions League semi-final of 2019. Then talking about a failed season at Barcelona, he said, "Yes, it is a failed season for us. We are out of the Champions League, we are out of the Copa del Rey, and are 14 points behind Real Madrid." Then lastly, talking about Ronald Koeman's sacking, he said, "I found it sad that Koeman had to leave. Of course, I have a great relationship with him as a player, but also personally, I am still in contact with him." Then on to the next story of discussion. Xavi has put forward a request of signing as many as 10 players in the summer transfer window, claims a report from Spanish outlet Fichajes. As put by the publisher, the aim of Barcelona at this very moment is to build a squad capable of competing for titles. For this to happen, President Joan Laporta, Sporting Director Matteo Alemany and Xavi have shortlisted a whopping 10 areas where the team needs reinforcement. With the January transfer window all but over, the club is expecting a significant overhaul in the summer, including the departures of several first-team members. In that regard, players such as Samuel Umtiti, Lenglet, Dembele, De Jong, Martin Braithwaite, Des, Neto, Ricky Puig, Luke De Jong are all expected to leave, while some players no longer find a place in Xavi's plans. Others would most probably be sold in order to, stretch the wage bill and bring in some kind of revenue. In turn, the club expects several incomings as well. While there is no confirmation over the names, the areas that need strengthening have been identified. This includes left-footed centre-back, one centre-back to be used as rotation, two right-backs, a starter and a substitute, then a backup left-back, a defensive midfielder to replace Busquets, a backup central midfielder, a right winger, a starting centre-forward, and finally a rotating frontman. So the idea here is to either replace the deadwoods or strengthen the position by bringing in more competition. With Desi's future in jeopardy and Dani Alves only available until 2023, they need to find a long-term solution. Nusser Mazraoui has been linked with the Bosman move since his contract clocks up in June. Thomas Meunier was also rumored to be on Xavi's wish list. Similarly, Busquets is not getting any younger, and it has been made quite evident during his recent performances. Olympique Marseille's Boubacar Kamara is thought to be on Barca's radar, along with Borussia Mönchengladbach's midfielder Denis Zakaria. Thus, defensive midfielder furthermore, with the signing of Ferran Torres, a permanent move, and Adama Traoré arriving on loan, Barca will wait until the end of the season to see whether they need a right winger or not. Lastly, it's quite given that Barcelona are in dire need of a poacher, hence the demand of two centre forwards come as no surprise. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang could move as a short-term solution, while Erling Haaland is undoubtedly Barca's long-term goal. So colours, with that we come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you did enjoy the video and also hope you did subscribe. If you haven't, please make sure to do so you always stay up to date with the latest on FC Barcelona here on Viva Barca. Until next time, bye bye.